Hey everybody, this is Matt from the future, bringing you evil tidings. No, this is a weird one, gang. This episode of Riverdale that we cover is called Band of Brothers, and it turns out that Band of Brothers is a good thing that Riverdale has soiled with its dark magics, and Jim is very upset about that. So we allowed him to hijack, I guess is the word for that. Hijack the podcast for about the first 20 minutes of the episode to talk about how good Band of Brothers is, and how it was made and everything like that. So if you would like to not hear about the Band of Brothers docudrama, it's totally fine. We don't expect you to if you don't want to. Just skip ahead to around the 20-minute mark. But yeah, I just wanted to put this in there as a warning. And that's all I got. So enjoy the episode with or without the Band of Brothers talk. Okay, bye.
So I'm gonna jump right
in. Wait. We haven't even done the intro. You're just gonna.
No, we'll get to the intro.
No, hold on. No, I'm gonna put my foot down. We have to get through little side banter. No, we're not having a 20-minute.
Jim's hijacking the show.
No, so
you said it was 20 minutes.
I'm Matt's friend.
No. Hold on. Wow. Holy shit. All right. Fuck it.
And for a little while, this is an Easy Company runs through it, and not a Riverdale runs through it.
All right.
So a couple of months back, we looked ahead, and I saw we were looking at how many episodes were left, and I saw that an episode coming up was called Band of Brothers. And right then and there, I knew that episode was going to make me so angry. so angry. And so I pitched this idea that instead of me just getting angry, we would give me a small forum to talk about the actual Band of Brothers, a thing that I really enjoy. And so for the next 15-ish minutes, maybe, what's going to happen is at the end, Matt's going to come back in and tell us exactly how long. So you can skip this part if you want. If you don't want to hear me talk about a World War II documentary, you can just jump ahead. I'm not going to be offended. I won't know. And so, here we go. Matt and Matt's mom, if you have any questions or ideas that you'd like to jump in with, feel free. I don't want to just be me talking for 15 minutes.
No, that's totally fine. I will tell you right now, everything I know about Band of Brothers, I learned from listening to the Dead Eyes podcast. I've never seen it because, as we've discussed, I don't consume war media.
I've never heard of the Dead Eyes podcast.
I have also never seen Band of Brothers because it's not that I don't I just don't consume war media. I just never have been interested in war media, so it's not something I've
also
sought
came out around when you were born.
Oh, I guess that's another reason for me not to.
It's pretty old for you.
I guess so.
Okay, so to jump off, if we're going to talk about Band of Brothers, we need to. The name of it, Band of Brothers, comes from Shakespeare, and it's a speech in Henry V. And the exact quote is, "We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, we shall be remembered from today to the end of time." Whatever. The point is, they fight together in a battle against all odds, and it's gonna forge them into an actual family and not just soldiers. And so that's kind of what happens to these guys throughout the course of the war. The way you get to Band of Brothers is a screenwriter reads a book by Stephen Ambrose, not Band of Brothers, a different book, and learns about four brothers, and three of them are killed almost at the same time in World War II. And so the army brings the fourth one home to his family to survive so that the whole family isn't cut off. And that becomes a movie called Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, shit.
So Saving Private Ryan, inspired by a true story. Not the whole part where they send guys to find this kid. Like, I guess they knew where the kid was and they just brought him home. But the idea that all of these brothers are killed on the same day, real thing. So Spielberg and Hanks worked together on that movie. And they spin up this whole production apparatus to like make a very realistic World War II movie. And so they kind of have all that stuff laying around. And in the course of making the movie, they meet the author of the books, Stephen Ambrose, and they bring him on as like a consultant.
Yeah, like you do with authors.
Yeah. He's interviewed all these guys that were in World War II, taken firsthand accounts from them, and he's written a bunch of books about them. And so Spielberg is like, they become friends and everything. They work together in the movie, and then later Hanks is like, hey, I want to do a show about this other book. So they get together and they do Band of Brothers. So it's about a bunch of soldiers that they fought together in basically every engagement in Europe in World War II. So it's very much like a ABC. They do pretty much everything, and that makes them kind of unique. And a lot of these guys survived the whole war, from jumping in on D-Day to coming home a year and a half later. And they, for decades after, they stayed friends, and they had reunions every couple of years where they'd all get together and meet up and be brothers, basically. So, I mean, as we are recording, it's the 80th anniversary of D-Day. It was like last week.
Whoa, I didn't actually know that.
And so, June 6th.
Oh, okay.
1944 is D-Day. That's when, so Operation Overlord, D-Day, is when the Allied forces invade Normandy to take the war to the Germans.
I don't want to make light of this whole thing, but Operation Overlord is a sick ass
Dude, that's
name.
such a cool name for a, oh my God.
It's a pretty sick ass name. And it's the first major use of airborne infantry, of paratroopers in warfare. They drummed in like over 100,000 guys. I'm not
100,000
like
guys
from memory. This is from memory.
That's so
I
many
don't
guys,
know the exact
dude.
number, but it's a lot of guys.
Oh my God.
So they all jump in
Or oh my
behind enemy
guys.
lines.
Anyway.
And this is the stuff that you don't see in Private Ryan. Private Ryan is the infantry that lands on the beach. These guys all jumped in behind enemy lines to make it so the guys that land on the beach didn't all just get massacred.
Yeah.
So they jumped in behind and like cut off enemy artillery and all that. And so that's Easy Company. They jumped in there. They did all that. And so, yeah, that's last week. That's June 6th. And so now it's the 80th anniversary, and so it's been 80 years. And if you jumped into Normandy on D-Day, you were at least 18 to 20. Like if you had lied about your age to get into the army early,
Sure.
you were around 18 because it took them like a year and a half of training.
Okay.
So that plus 80, the last surviving member of Easy Company died 2 years ago.
Oh man.
So they're all gone now. They shot this movie or this series at like exactly the right time where a lot of them were still alive and vital and moving around and they could get interviews. But now, sadly they're all gone. But the magic of media is that some of them live on, dramatized in the show. So the show is pretty historically accurate. Like it uses the book and follows pretty tight to all of their stories. There's a little bit of like dramatic license, the order of some things that happen. There's a couple of mistakes. One of the characters in it says that he's Jewish, and that guy wasn't Jewish for real, but a couple of the people that were interviewed thought that he was, and so they kind of just took that. Another character they mentioned did not recover from his wounds because the people they interviewed didn't find out that he did recover from his wounds. He was shipped home injured, and they just never heard from him again.
Wow.
And he actually did recover and lived on until the 70s, I think.
Dang. Some dude just kind of cut off all of his friends and was like, you know what?
He got sent home because of his injuries and just lost contact with everybody because he was injured pretty early in the war.
Oh, that's fair enough. I keep forgetting that they don't have like cell phones right now.
He actually didn't like them. It was it's like Friends and Cousin Betty. It was a band of brothers and that guy.
Band of brothers and cousin Drake or whatever.
In the TV series, they do kind of present him as Cousin Betty.
I mean,
like they kind of like
bro was
look down on him a little bit and like isolate him, and it's weird.
Yeah.
But the show does a really great job of it's 9 episodes, 10 hours. The first episode's 2 hours. The first episode is about like their basic training, and then each episode after that is like one major combat engagement until the end. So there's an episode for D-Day. There's a second episode for like what happens after D-Day, and then there's like other battles, and they fight the Battle of the Bulge and all that. Oh man, I lost my train of thought.
Oh no.
Well, you might have to do some editing.
All right. I mean, I assume so. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't even remember where I was. I have notes here, but I'm like.
I mean.
You said there was an episode for D-Day, an episode for what happened after D-Day.
Oh, right. So, 9 episodes, 10 hours. The format of each episode is like before the episode and sometimes after the episode. They have little excerpts of interviews with some of the old men who were like the actual people involved in it.
Gotcha.
And those little interviews are all part of an actual documentary that they shot to go with the docudrama. And if you have HBO, both the show and the documentary are available. On Netflix only the show is. But the documentary is called We Stand Alone Together. And it's very good. You'll if you've seen the whole series, you'll recognize like bits and pieces of the interviews.
Yeah.
And see like the context that they're given in. But gosh, it's very good, and it follows Saving Private Ryan in. When they hired Spielberg to do Private Ryan, he didn't want to make like a regular World War II movie. He had grown up watching World War II movies. And in fact, it was some of the first things that he shot with his friends, like over the summer in the 70s or 60s or whatever, on a Super 8 camera that he shot like stupid little World War II movies. But he felt like a lot of them were very sanitized and very much like just adventure movies where nothing bad happened and everyone's just heroic and the good guys are wear white and the bad guys wear black, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And he didn't want to make that. He wanted to kind of show a little bit more of the reality of combat. And so it's in Save It Private Ryan, especially on the D-Day landing scene. It's the first scene in the movie, and it is absolutely harrowing. It is just a very intense 20-minute sequence. Then you'd never seen something like that before in movies about World War II. And so Band of Brothers kind of has a similar work ethic, essentially, about depicting what happens, and they take it very seriously, and they show how much it sucks and not just like how exciting and fun war is. Right.
Like really actually showing war. Wait, hold on. Michael Fassbender and Tom Hardy are in this movie?
In Private Ryan, yeah.
So, in Private Ryan.
In the Band of Brothers, rather. Yeah,
Dude,
so it's
stacked cast. What the fuck?
It's 20 or so years ago, and Fassbender isn't really a household name.
Bro, that's
he's
crazy.
like a minor character in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of...
Yeah, same for Tom Hardy. But, like, those are people who are big names now who were just in England. Like,
yeah, they're British stage actors that got cast in this show because they were British actors, and there's only like 200 British actors at any given time.
I see.
And they needed a lot of dudes to be background. What's his name? Why can't I... Simon Pegg is in it.
Simon Pegg is in this? Oh my god. That's hilarious. Okay, sorry. I threw it off track.
No, like it has a very, very extensive cast of not yet well-known British actors. And
bro, Ross from Friends is in this show?
Yeah, he plays the Easy Company's first commanding officer.
Wow.
He's like he's mostly only in the first episode.
Okay.
He's their CO while they're in basic training.
Gotcha. Okay. That's fucking nuts.
And he's kind of like the first villain.
That is wild. I could never. I mean, just like looking at this dude. Even just looking at this dude, I'm like, I can't imagine him being a bad guy at all. I
mean, he's a American soldier, but he's kind of the bad guy for the first episode. Like he's their antagonist. He's so mean and like puts them through all of this stuff and training. And obviously, it's to make them better soldiers. I was gonna say, like, isn't that
his job? But also, like, you can do a job well and then do a job for yourself, I guess. But, damn.
And so, yeah, the cast is absolutely incredible.
Holy shit.
It's got, what's his name? Wahlberg, not Mark, his brother, the better actor.
Oh god, Donnie.
Yeah.
I was just going to start throwing names out there. I was just about to be like, oh, yeah, Gene Wahlberg.
As far as we know, Donnie is the Wahlberg that hasn't done hate crimes.
As far as we know. I mean,
as far as we know.
As far as we know. Yeah. I'm not willing to commit that he hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yes, it's a fantastic series. It is extremely historically accurate. As far as like a docudrama goes,
yeah,
and the book, especially the way Stephen Ambrose wrote the book, is he went to one of the reunions and interviewed them all, and then took his notes from their interviews and wrote the book and sent it around to all of the men that he'd interviewed to get their take on it to make sure that it was right.
Oh, that's great.
So the book especially is very thoroughly researched. Based on firsthand accounts from the men who actually were there and lived it. And then, so he also worked on the movie,
nice.
Or on the series as a consultant, just like he did with Private Ryan. And if you are in any way interested in World War II history, I can't recommend enough both Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers. Private Ryan, obviously fiction. Band of Brothers, a docudrama.
Yeah.
So it's like a little fiction. Fucking late night SNL guy. I can't think of his fucking name.
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon is in it.
Jimmy Fallon is in Band of Brothers?
He's got like one scene, and he's terrible.
Yeah, no shit. He's Jimmy Fallon. He's probably laughing the whole time.
I'm not kidding that everything I know about Band of Brothers I learned from the Deadeyes podcast, and Jim, like, not to make our podcast an ad for another podcast. And Jim is not a podcast listening person, which is very funny.
You're gonna tell me I should listen to their Band of Brothers episode?
No. Deadeyes is an entire podcast. And here is the premise. It is Connor Ratliff, who is like this comedy actor, got cast in Band of Brothers and like showed up, got his hair cut, was like getting fitted for his uniform, and then he got a call from his agent and he was like, "You got to come back in. Tom Hanks doesn't think he wants you. He said you have dead eyes." And so he goes,
"Oh my
God." Back to the set. He auditions again in front of Tom Hanks, who just finished filming Castaway, so he looks like emaciated and horrible.
Yeah.
And gets cut.
Oh.
He gets fired.
Oh.
And so Deadeyes is Connor Ratliff. Yeah, is Connor Ratliff like interviewing people and trying to like work up to talk to Tom Cruise to figure out what happened. But he ends up talking to a bunch of people who did have bit parts, like the guy who took his role, you know, a bunch of Hollywood people. It's a very entertaining journey, but you do learn a lot about the making.
Does he eventually get to Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Oh my God! What?
Because Colin Hanks was a fan of the podcast, and so Tom Hanks' son was like,
"Hey, Colin Hanks is also the lead in one of the episodes."
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in an episode called "The Last Patrol," I think.
Dang.
I think that's Tom Hanks or Colin Hanks' episode.
Anyway, it's a super entertaining podcast.
Wow. That is fucking hilarious.
But yeah, so it's great. You should watch it. If you have HBO, definitely watch the documentary about the guys.
Dude, the last episode with Tom Hanks is an hour and 21 minutes. And all the rest of the episodes...
Are you looking at the Deadeyes?
Yeah, all the rest of the episodes are like 45 minutes at most. Holy shit.
Yeah, also the
Hanks,
great news is it's done, right? They did it. They made the podcast.
That's true. Like,
so you can just binge it.
This is...
You don't have to wait 2 weeks between episodes.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like that bullshit that we do.
Yeah. Also, the like art for this is so funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah. Holy shit. I think I'm going to have to listen to this podcast too. Damn. Well, I'm just going to make a quick pass. Are we all done talking about Band of Brothers?
Yes, it's great. You should watch it.
All right.
I watch it every year on Memorial Day.
Wow. Damn.
Memorial Day, by the way, not about World War II. They started it after the Civil War.
Huh.
And it persisted. So it's just dumb fucking luck that it happens to be the week before D-Day every year.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's not on purpose.
I mean, also just put the fucking D-Day memorial, like put the D-Day holiday on D-Day. The fuck? Why?
We don't get a day off or anything for D-Day. They just
no, but I mean like
whoever happens to be the president flies to Normandy and does a speech. I think.
Wow. Damn. Well, now that we are out the other side of this brand of brothers, Band of Brothers podcast within a podcast, I think it's actually time to, I guess, talk about Riverdale, which I don't know if I want to do.
It's so hard.
Man.
We can talk about this. I watched the movie Hitman last night, and it had like really good ratings on like Rotten Tomatoes. I hated it.
Is that the one with Glenn Powell?
Why is Glenn Powell also in every piece of
why the
media
fuck
right
is
now?
he just
Did
everywhere?
He spend 2 years recording 80 movies and they all come out this summer?
I think so.
He is so handsome.
No, he's
Dude
not.
looks like
What?
dude looks like he was a capybara and then a witch turned him into a human.
Yeah, he is. We have different taste in men. I do not.
Bro is clean cut for sure, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Jim, I want to make it very clear that is not my joke. That came from the internet. Okay.
But it is
It's
true.
very true. But listen, yeah, I did see. I watched his fucking him and Sydney Sweeney being all romantic comedy.
Oh,
Anyone
yeah,
but you.
I watched that because Sydney Sweeney was
Sydney
in it. What, am I
Sweeney,
gonna not
exactly.
watch it? Are you kidding me?
If you don't watch something because Sydney Sweeney's in it, you got to go to a hospital. You got to get checked
You're
out.
un-American.
You're
I
un-American.
haven't actually seen anything with Sydney Sweeney in it.
Dude, hot. Go watch something. Except for Madam Web. I also watched Madam Web, and that shit,
Oh,
that
why would
honestly
you-
took
why would you
some
do that?
took some like years off my life. Well, because it was on Netflix.
I love a bad movie, but it has to be made with an amount of.
They don't even get powers
Oof.
in the movie. There's like a scene where they're all in costume and doing spider shit.
I thought their power was doing CPR.
Their power was also doing CPR.
It's not a bad power.
No.
It's more than I can do.
But also
Why
not a
can't-
very, like, uncommon power. Lots of people know how to do CPR.
Yeah, you could go take a class about it.
Who's the lead in it? Don Johnson's daughter? What's her name?
Dakota Johnson.
Dakota
Johnson, yeah.
I just feel like I've seen her in some stuff, and she has never looked like she enjoys acting or cared to learn about how to do it. She just seems to hate everything that she does. And
she brings
resents,
a certain ironic energy to things that I'm not here for, because
she resents
which is
me,
weird,
the audience, for her
podcast.
having to be there. Is I think the thing that makes me angry about seeing her and stuff. Even the episode of SNL that she was in, like, she didn't seem to want to be there. She wasn't having fun. Like, it was just painful to watch.
I don't know. But yeah.
And that even had the whole bit where they were just making fun of her for being like a Nepo baby.
Well, I mean, how do you expect a Nepo baby to
Classic.
act when they don't want to be a Nepo baby?
But I feel like she was in on it, right?
What do you do with a
like,
Nepo baby when they don't want to... Anyway.
But, man, she just...
That one was just for Mom, actually. Sorry.
That's really good.
Yeah, I don't know where you just went there.
It's a little white Christmas bit.
I was there for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Little musical humor there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Don't see Madam Web. Do see Anyone But You. It's actually kind of fun and charming.
Now they're both on
Yeah.
Netflix.
They are both on Netflix.
Yeah.
And both just happen to have Sydney Sweeney in them, you know? That's
And,
so
like,
crazy.
You're allowed to like Hitman. Plenty of people did. I thought it was the stupidest, dumbest thing I've seen in so long.
just saw something about Hitman.
Well, it's everywhere. And there's all this like, oh, it's fun, it's good.
Yeah.
The way the guy makes his life good is to literally murder somebody, and then he's like, now I'm live a happy and fulfilled life.
Now I'm here,
Okay.
living a full life.
Spoiler.
Why am I supposed to root for you? I literally just watched you kill a guy.
Is it on Netflix right now?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
And in select theaters.
the select theaters are honestly kind of a good theater. There's a good theater called the Ritz 5 in Philly, which is nice. But then also in Bryn Mawr, which is weird. I don't know why they're whatever.
So the
People
one
are allowed
good
to live in
thing-
Bryn Mawr, man.
No, they're allowed. It's just that I don't know why. I get it. Lots of people are allowed to live lots of places, actually, turns out. It's just that, like, I just don't know why you would want to put your Netflix movie in Bryn Mawr. Whatever.
Oh, Matt, do you know what happened last week?
Wow. You're going to break my neck with that whiplash, Jim?
Damn.
Holy shit, man.
Strap in, bitches.
Good God. Oh, no. 2 weeks ago was the vignettes. Last week was Josie and the Pussycats. It was Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, it was just
Yep.
It was
Oh, yeah.
it was
the pilot for the
the
Pussycats
pilot for the
show
Pussycats show that never got made.
that the pandemic probably murdered.
I feel like the overview of the episode was Josie goes missing on tour. She's doing a solo tour. She shows up in Riverdale. Nobody really knows why. She starts to teach music at the high school because of course she does. She makes her students be background singers for her, which is not
Because of course
she does, and that's not what teachers do. Then it's revealed that her dad's dead.
Riverdale doesn't have any teachers.
Oops. Her dad's dead, and she had a breakdown on tour, and that's why she's here. And her mom shows up with surprise dad ashes, and that's fun. And then she gets convinced to do a show at Le Bon Nuit. Or no, not Le Bon Nuit. It's the White Worm now.
It's the Le Bon Nuit.
It's
just,
the Le Bon.
a little
It's the
less
White
bon
Worm.
The
and
Le Bon Worm. And goddamn.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
didn't feel appropriate to grip it and rip it while talking about World War II.
That's the craziest sentence I've ever heard, actually. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna think back to all the sentences I've ever heard, and that's like top 5 right there. Anyway, she does a show. She gets the band back together. One of them is gonna be in a movie, but then isn't. I don't remember that whole thing. There was like a whole movie being done, and then
Melody's a better author than Jughead. That's really the point
it
of
was
that.
Okay, yes.
Literally everybody that we meet in this series who writes anything is a better author than Jughead,
Yes.
as you will find soon.
Of course. So they get the band back together. They get on a bus with cat ears, and then they get stopped by somebody who was like, "Hey, your dad was killed by voodoo," and so they're gonna go. They're gonna go on all the tourist stops that he ever did, and also fight voodoo along the way.
They are getting so ready for Sabrina Spellman.
Oh my God, yes. And then also, I guess there was a Veronica plot in there where she did Ponzi schemes, and that's like all that really matters about that, I think.
Yeah, what more do you need to know?
Yeah, I don't think I do actually.
Meh.
So yeah, that's what
the
happened
Veronica
last
stuff
week.
is the worst part of the episode.
I mean, because it's not Josie and the Pussycats related, man. Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're ready to go. Now I'm done talking.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Great.
So for real now, that's Matt. That's
Oh,
Matt's mom,
they already know.
Matt's friend.
I've abandoned that for sure.
And we're a
Yeah.
podcast with
I
Pat.
don't. They know. They read the episode title. You know, they clicked on the
Wait, yeah.
podcast. This one's gonna be an
Thanks,
anomaly.
everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And
Yeah.
and here's the
We're
thing.
doing
though.
our best.
Actually, let me.
We tried to do it right, and Jim just wouldn't let
Yeah.
us. So
we did try.
Yeah, no,
I
that's it.
tried. You can hear it in the beginning. But also, I want to
it.
make it very
To hell with
clear.
it.
I want to make it very clear to the 3 people that picked up this podcast right here. Go back. Go back. Go back right now. It's not this all the time. Go back.
It's this all the time.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
it's just not Band of Brothers talk for 20 minutes every time.
It's not Band of Brothers, yeah, but it's always something.
But it's,
It's always something.
It's always
yes.
So, season 5, episode 16 would have been episode 13. The title's Band of Brothers. We've well covered.
wait, I know that thing. So that actually reminds me
Yeah.
about this docu-series that came out in...
Yep.
We're back to now having Jughead voiceovers.
Ew.
over for the opening.
Ew.
I know.
God
Getting
damn
back
it.
to our roots, baby.
Oh wait, hold on. I want to preface one more thing. Cole Sprouse. I don't know. This is going to be a weird modern thing. But there's this very good content creator on the internet named Brittany Broski, and she does
Oh, I love her.
she does really nice like celebrity content. She basically is just like an unhinged interviewer, and I love her. But she did like this royal court thing with Cole Sprouse, and it's probably one of the best videos that we could watch, or that you could watch. It's very, very funny.
You sent it to me, and I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
and
Did
I
you send us a
failed.
link for that in the group
I
chat?
think I did.
Is that how I've heard of this?
Yes.
Okay. I also
Yeah.
have not yet watched
It is
it. but-
so funny, because Cole Sprouse is just like actually a dude, and like not he's just a dude actually, and he's like he's actually super funny. I think in the interview, Brittany Broski asks if Jughead is vaccinated. And
I need to know the answer
and
right
Cole
now.
Sprouse says yes, he is vaccinated. But then,
Okay, great.
she
God.
goes, and then who did Jughead vote for in the 2020 election or 2016 election? And he goes, next question.
Well, it's just because Jughead didn't vote. He was on a bender.
Jughead didn't vote. He was on a bender for sure. Yeah,
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
he was under the stairs
Yeah.
or in New York or something.
He was in a sinkhole.
He was in a
on his way to
sinkhole
vote, and then
with rabies.
And then he got sinkhole.
He got sinkhole.
Like you do.
He got sinkhole brain, and then
Yeah.
was covered in rats. Anyway, it's very funny.
I don't remember last week. Did I sing "Welcome to New York" with a sinkhole?
We
line
did.
in it?
We did a couple sinkhole.
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Weirdly,
We did some good sinkhole songs.
we talked about shrimp last week too, and I named the podcast
I don't
episode.
think we talked about shrimp.
Okay.
Okay. We did not talk about shrimp.
No, we did not. Jim talked about shrimp for so long that it influenced the title of the episode, which was a shrimp fried this
He's telling me
podcast.
a shrimp fried this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
You telling me a shrimp?
Anyway, now I'm done talking about anything
here we go.
else.
Yeah. So the Jughead voiceover is that Josie's gone and everybody's back to their own haunted lives. So we cut, of course, to Archie having bachelor chow with Ghost Bingo and the Bingo Brigade. And then the Ghost Bingo and the Bingo Brigade follow Archie to school and just hang out in the back of his classroom.
Wow.
At most, it's a bingo platoon.
Jim, you will let me have alliteration on this of all podcasts.
The Bingo Band of Brothers.
Okay? Yeah. And then Veronica is haunted by her bad chatty, which actually she's haunted by her own poor decisions in the form of a bad chatty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who calls her up to say now he can pay her back, and she says no, and
What?
she'll divorce him without his help.
What the fuck?
It doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Why is this happening?
Because Veronica.
You know what? That's enough. Yeah, that's enough
It's a
explanation.
television program.
Yeah. Also, we now have just a really, really powerful and beautiful move from Penelope, and I'm loath to praise Penelope, you know?
Yeah.
Oh God!
she's right.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Really?
she is absolutely right.
Is
about
this where we're at right now?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cheryl and Kevin are in front of the church, and they are introing a song they're going to sing from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I do not want to spoil their outfits for you, Matthew, when you watch.
God, I mean, I can
All
only
of
imagine.
the outfits in this thread are just horrible.
I can only fucking imagine this shit right now.
Yeah. So they're getting ready to sing at the church, a song from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And as I was bracing myself for God, which one? Penelope just walks up and goes actually, I just talked to our Lord and Savior Jason the other day, and he says, no more singing in church.
Oh,
Sorry,
Jason says,
I don't make the rules. Yep.
No more singing.
I am actually the one who bups around here, and I'm gonna bup up the singing and dancing right out the door.
Right now, and knock it
Oh,
off.
thank Christ.
In the name of syrup Jesus.
In the name of Sticky Christ, please.
Please, you must stop singing.
Jason Sticky Christ.
At
Okay.
this point, Kevin has the absolute temerity to make a face like, oh, I just can't catch a break.
Man, nothing's coming up, Kevin. You know?
They didn't even let him sing in the musical episode.
How dare they, actually? That's kind of
No.
fucked up.
Yeah, they made him be a backup dancer for Little Shop of Horrors.
Ugh.
That's rude.
How dare. Anyway.
Up next, we got Jughead, because the program works if you work it, you know? So he's in AA. Good for him.
Hey-oh.
In the vignette episode, he introduced himself as Forsyth Pendleton Jones III. But here he says his name is Jughead Jones, and he has been sober for 7 days, and he's ready to start his apology tour, because if you've been sober for a week, maybe you're basically there.
That's enough.
You know? So
Yeah, which step of the 12 is apologizing to everybody?
it's a relatively early one. It is.
It's pretty early? Okay.
Yeah. So this tour starts at FP's house where Jughead used to live, and now Alice and the twins live.
Oh, God.
But Betty's not there because she's out pretending to be a hooker on the lonely highway.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that. Oh, no.
Yeah. Look, most of this episode is Archie fighting the bad general. And I find this plot to be incredibly boring, and the interesting things that would have happened with it happened off screen.
What the fuck? What? Archie runs in from off screen and is like, oh, dude, I just had a super cool fight with this bad general.
Yeah.
No, he's like, he sees on the news, oh, General Taylor's retiring with full honors. And then it's discussed, there's not enough evidence for the reporter that he talked to earlier in the season to publish an article in noted liberal rag, the New York Times, that he's bad.
I see. Okay.
And it's just this repeated conversation where the other bachelors who are good and fine and good and cool tell Archie Like, you can't fight the system, bro. It's not a big deal. And then Archie says, I'm going to run into this burning building by myself then. Fuckers.
God damn it.
And then...
Every time.
That's it. And that just happens like 8 times. And then at the end, he's like, there was a tribunal and we won. But you don't see the tribunal. You don't see...
What the fuck? This all happened in his head. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's just...
And it's always the Bingo Boys and the Ghost Brigade are just there to show you that Archie has haunted brain.
Good God.
And to jump back really quick to Band of Brothers, evil General Taylor on this show is named after the real General Taylor, who was the commander of the 101st Airborne.
My God.
But by all accounts, pretty good commander. He actually jumped with them into Normandy on D-Day.
Holy shit.
He parachuted into
'cause that's
Holland
sick.
with them.
Yeah, because that's
Like,
sick and cool
He
and
wouldn't
fine
be
and
called a
good.
sissy when he got home.
Yeah,
he didn't
like,
want to admit he stayed on the plane.
Yeah.
pretty decent general.
Yeah,
it
Jim,
seems
what are
like.
you going to do? Are you going to be like, all right, man, get out there? All right. No.
Especially not in 1944 when he couldn't just email them their orders. He had to be there to give them.
Oh, God. All right. So, the Archie plot is so fucking
So that's
bad.
going to be happening, and I'm just honestly not going to talk about it much because it's boring.
Well, you just talked about it. You don't need to do it again. It's fine.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
I did
basically
it. I
the
explained to you
whole-
what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
his Archie's whole thread.
Jughead, you know how he disappeared for a while, right?
Yeah, he was like
so
in New
a
York.
part of his apologies tour is going back to Waldo with the 9 fingers and being like, I know that I disappeared, but I'm back to teach school.
I'm back. Oh, I'm back. I know I've been gone for a while, but that's nuts. That is a nuts
Yeah,
thing
and
to
Waldo
do.
says, shut up and no.
Good fucking yeah, please.
Yeah,
You
no call,
shan't
no
be teaching
show.
here. Yeah.
You know, call no show.
No call, no show. Even in this school with an incredible dearth of teachers, the ones that we have aren't qualified. And even now, I say to you, get wrecked.
Yeah.
You can't teach here.
Waldo Weatherby decrees. He pones Jughead.
Yeah.
I can't believe you just said both.
I'm allowed.
It's what happens, Jim, you know? Yeah, Matthew's got his license. He just renewed
Yeah,
it. He's
dude.
got his
I got my
allowed to say
fucking
phone
documents.
license.
All right.
I haven't heard pones probably since the last time you said it. I don't even know when that was.
Ah, it's fun. We're having a fun time.
We have fun, yeah.
We're fun, dude.
At Pearls and Posh, it's everything Jim's been waiting for. She gets called from the SEC. They want to come review her finances to make sure everything's legal.
Yes!
And Veronica, once again, you remember in the Josie and the Pussycats episode where she was like, yeah, of course. If you want your money, of course
Oh
you
my
can
God,
have
but the
it."
bank's closed. Oh, how embarrassing.
Yeah, but the bank is closed. She says to the SEC, like, yeah, totally, of course. You could totally come tomorrow, but actually...
But we're closed tomorrow, so you're gonna...
Yeah, I have this, like, really bad hangnail. And I have to go have a medical procedure about it. So, like, if you could come next week, that would be great.
Man,
So she puts
hangnails are
them
the
off for a
fucking
week.
worst.
Hangnails are, in fact,
God.
the worst thing.
Intelligent design my ass, okay? To anybody who doesn't believe in evolution, I say to you, what the fuck is a hangnail?
What the fuck is a hangnail,
All right?
dude?
Why is this happening? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Jesus
Um,
Christ.
Veronica is once again in the classic Veronica position of thinking that a man is making bad things happen to her so that she would have to ask that man for help.
Interesting.
This is a core part of Veronica's personality, and I frankly am exhausted of it. But here's what we're doing.
But hey.
She's like, Chad, my bad Chatty is making the SEC audit my books, even though it's his fraud, so that I will ask him for money.
Wow.
So, right?
What?
Yeah.
The worst thing is that she's correct.
Still, it's very tiring.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the whole show, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, her solution for this is to create more problems for herself by stealing her bad daddy's palladium.
Oh my God, Palladium heist.
Yeah, we'll cover our bad investments in our Ponzi scheme to clean up a Ponzi scheme, by doing a heist.
What the
Yep.
fuck? Wow.
So then she's like, where could my bad daddy's palladium be? It wasn't in that safe that we stole
Right.
when he was being held hostage by the criminals he helped escape from prison. So where could it be? At this point, we learn a really beautiful and wonderful fact.
Oh my
that I
god.
love.
Yeah,
Is the
this
palladium
fact is fantastic.
Hold on.
I love this fact.
Is the palladium somewhere in like
Oh.
a statue or something? Is it like a
Oh yeah, you're so close.
You're
oh my
so
god,
close,
you're
but that's
so
not the
close.
fact. The fact is way
that's
better
not
than
the
Okay,
fact.
that's not the fact.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The fact is that Reg is like, well, I used to work for your bad daddy, but I don't know where it is. But actually, Hermosa might know where it is. And Veronica's like, oh, I'll call her. And Reg is like,
Well, she's right here.
I should call her because of how we've been fucking.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so Reg gets on the phone right in front of Veronica, and it's just like, hey, baby, no time, no talk. I miss you so much.
Oh my god. How's
Much
Miami?
to Veronica's disgust.
Good lord.
The best part here is that now we know that Reggie has fucked both of Hiram's daughters.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
Reggie's going to be a part of this family no matter
yeah,
what
one
it
way
takes,
or
if
another.
You know what I mean?
He's going to be a part of this family dick first.
Yeah.
Honestly, Hiram was like,
He's
you
in
can't
it.
be a gangster. And then he was like, well, I'm going to make my own gangster.
Yeah.
And then just
banged both of your
gonna
daughters.
just bang-
How's your wife these days?
Yeah, how's your wife,
Before
bitch?
the end of this season, we need to know that Reggie fucked Hermione.
I mean, we can honestly, with the tragedy of
we need to know.
with the tragedy of the realization that Reg's dad is still alive, which I can't come to terms with personally. I think we can.
I refuse.
I think we can also just
I
say
mean-
that he also fucked Hermione. We could just, why not?
Yeah. Learning that he also nailed Hermione would fix that he isn't a dad killer. For me, at
Okay.
least.
Yeah. That would solve it. I did watch May December,
Oh yeah.
which has Reg in it.
Oh, that's right.
It was very well done, super uncomfortable on purpose. And I do have this working theory that Natalie Portman loves to make us uncomfortable.
That yeah. Okay.
Because she got famous like just at the cusp of puberty, and men were immediately weird about her.
Yeah, that's
Like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she kind of leaned into
Yeah.
that whole
And
thing.
so she became like, she doesn't smile. Like, she doesn't try to make people comfortable. She's like very, I think, protective of herself.
Yeah.
But it is definitely, Natalie Portman's role in that is definitely an uncomfortable thing. It's good. And Reg, our boy Reg, was great in it.
Awesome.
I need to watch
Yeah.
that.
Back to Sap Jesus. We got Cheryl and Kevin in Cheryl's bedroom talking about the Sap Jesus coup.
Sap, Jesus, coup. Sap, Jesus, coup.
At which point, Kevin says that Cheryl should perform 3 miracles and become a saint because Kevin knows magic.
Oh my god.
Like
Wait.
like David Copperfield magic,
No, yeah,
not
like-
like Sabrina Spellman magic.
Like the magic I did in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like Benji and Pitch Perfect magic.
Yeah, baby. Represent. Fucking love Benji and Pitch Perfect. God damn, I felt so seen because I saw that movie in the trenches of my close-up magic phase in high school, and I was like, motherfucker, yes, this guy gets it. You know,
And you know what? Still agree. You're right. He gets
he
it.
gets it. Oops. Sorry, fuckers. People with close-up magic skills get laid. Anyway.
I don't remember I don't remember the context of this, but at some point in the last week, I said to someone, "Wow, that made my beer taste bad." and they didn't recognize that it was a Pitch Perfect reference.
Oh, maybe my beer tastes bad.
I'm so sorry. Have we talked about one of the ways that I torment some of the guys at the gym is insisting that every third song was in Pitch Perfect?
Yes, but also we can keep talking about that because it's a perfect bit.
I don't know that bit.
She said it before, Jim. It's just been on this podcast, so you don't remember it.
Yeah, Jim just doesn't listen to this podcast, even like as we make it actively not listening.
I mean, I can.
What were we talking about?
Oh man.
The last thing I remember is that Reg fucked Hermosa.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
You're on track.
So we have a little vignette of Veronica and Reg. Hermosa has absolutely told Reg where the Palladium is because no one likes Hiram and everybody wants to bone Reg.
That
you
should
know
have
what?
been the name of this show.
That's the title of this episode for sure.
I mean, why call it Riverdale when you could call it Nobody Likes Hiram and Everyone Wants to Bone Reg?
That basically sums up the show anyway, you know?
Yeah, it's a little bit longer, but it does really tell you what's going on.
It sums up the best parts of the show.
Wow. Yeah, it really does. We don't even need Jughead and Veronica, and we don't. It's just Reg.
Oh, we really don't need Jughead.
It's Regerdale. No, that's not good.
I love it.
I don't know.
It sounds like a newspaper, but that's okay.
The Reggie Daily, or the Daily Reg, the Daily Reg. There it is.
Daily Reg.
Daily Reg.
The Daily Reg is definitely a zine some girl in high school made.
Oh, for sure, dude. Oh my god.
The Reginald Times Picayune.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know the Twitter account Paul Rudd Advent Calendar?
No.
Which just during the month of December tweets a picture of Paul Rudd a day.
That's fucking sick. Also, but
It's like
I
that.
just deleted my Twitter actually. So,
oh yeah, it's gone.
Mine's gone.
Yeah, same. I did get my download first.
Your download?
And yeah, I downloaded all my tweets.
Ah, nice.
Which I've said some funny stuff, y'all.
I mean, you're a funny lady.
You're a funny lady.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I, in fact, have not said lots of funny stuff on Twitter. I think. Never mind. We don't actually need to talk about this. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna cut that off the past.
There was a time and a place, and you were like coming of an age when it was already in a decline state.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I just didn't know how to do it. That's not my preferred social media. You know.
No one will remember that I once called you Negasonic Mom Age Warhead.
Oh yeah.
I know that was my Twitter handle for a long time, and it was really great.
Yeah.
And I was gonna resurrect it for Blue Sky, but then literally that day we walked by. The person on the street who was just saying every day you're out here defending Paris Hilton, and I was like, well
Paris Hilton defender. I guess okay.
What a weird and good day that was.
Yeah,
it was.
we did lots of mini golf that day.
Really low blood sugar and ate some donuts.
Yeah, dog. Then we made some
Those
cocktails.
Monkey donuts ruled.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
We played mini golf.
Anyway.
Yeah. The next scene is Archie's haunted brain, and he explains why General Taylor's bad, actually, and how he got all those men killed. But we don't care, and it doesn't matter because it's done. The storyline is done by the end of this episode.
Yeah, we don't care.
Archie's using his World War II rifle. Which
this is the other reason we can't talk about this plotline anymore.
Which typically officers didn't use that rifle. They had a different weapon.
God damn it,
Jim! You've already had 25 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
So
we gotta just fucking reel it in.
Everything about
Riverdale.
This.
Riverdale.
We made it to the title card.
Oh God, has it only made it to?
Yep. Reg and Veronica are at Hiram's office because Hiram, like an idiot, fired Reg and did not change his security codes.
What the
Hiram
fuck,
just,
Hiram? Hiram!
Reg just walked on in.
You have precious metals. What the
fuck
fuck
does Hiram know about security codes?
Goddamn nothing.
OPSEC. So the Palladium's hidden in the model of Sodale.
Ow!
It's a Beetlejuice situation he's got here.
God damn it, dude. Like the whole.
So they find the Palladium.
Okay. No, I was gonna ask questions.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay, so like, are all the buildings made of palladium, or is it just like a big lid that happens to have the Sodale thing on top of it? Like they just take the whole thing off on a board.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they don't really show it that detailed.
Well, that's
it would
the
be
best part of this whole thing. Why would they not? Oh God, I hate this so much, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta show where the palladium is. Get to that muddy shot. Actually, that's not it. I'm gonna retract that.
Let's not say that.
Let's not say that. Actually,
Let's strike that.
I'm so sorry.
From the cruise lexicon, please and thank you.
I mean, palladium's worth a lot of money. I'm not gonna. Anyway.
So they find the palladium. They discuss that they need to give Reggie's boo Hermosa a cut.
Oh God damn it!
And in another like absolutely buck wild
like,
nonsensical twist.
Okay, dude. All right.
Yeah.
We get it.
Veronica says she's going to smelt the palladium into Spanish doubloons before she sells it.
How?
Not what smelting is, Veronica.
That is not how that works.
It's not what smelting is.
Veronica, wait,
smelting
no.
is a refining process. What you're doing is just melting it down and reshaping it. But also, why Spanish doubloons? You know that there were not palladium Spanish doubloons.
Making palladium doubloons.
Is this?
Here's the thing. This whole thing sucks, but Spanish doubloon or palladium doubloons, really good band name. Really
I'm
good
just trying
band
to
name.
like what's the genre?
I don't know. It might be
Palladium
cyberpop. You know, it might be like or hyperpop.
Could be cyberpop. Could also be like a Ren Fair bard troupe.
Oh my God! Yes. Actually, fun fact, little twist. It's a one-man band that does like.
Yes.
It's a Renaissance era one-man band, and he's Palladium doubloons.
I love it. Absolutely yes.
Sir
Anyway,
Reginald Long Johnson and the Palladium doubloons.
Oh my God! We have it all.
Here we go. Big
Jesus.
bang boom.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. But Veronica's gonna need Cheryl's help to sell it, she says. So she bribes Cheryl with a new spider brooch. Cheryl's
Oh
like,
my
yes,
God!
thank you. Adorn me. For sure. Take me back to my roots. Give me my spider brooches.
Wow.
And then she's like, BT dubs, I do want to lie about this palladium and say it came from your mines.
All right.
The doubloons?
The doubloons.
You found the doubloons in her mines, or
Her
what's going
mind.
on?
Her mind.
The whole making them into balloons thing.
Well, yeah, they found a
Really
big
threw me.
treasure chest full of doubloons.
You know what would be funnier? Like, if you need to make them into little things that are collectible, make them into Monopoly pieces.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's funny.
That's
make
hilarious.
them into a million little thimbles and cars and boots and what have you.
God. Yes. And bears. Like anything.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Make a bunch of palladium teeth.
Holy shit. Palladium teeth. That's kind of
Yeah.
sick. Just making jaws out of palladium.
Yeah. Do it.
Hiram is before the end of the season. Hiram's gonna show up with a palladium grill.
Bro.
Like Lockjaw.
Yes. He's going to get Lockjaw
Yeah.
from the palladium grill.
It turns out Cheryl would have done this for no spider bridge at all because she just hates Hiram. Because everybody hates Hiram and wants to bone Reg.
Ah, yes.
But she can't stay because she has to go do a miracle.
Oh my God. What?
Jughead is now trying to show back up to the other job that he just abandoned.
Okay.
With no explanation or calls. Okay. So he's outside of Pops. And he gets a call from his agent. And his agent's like, this is kind of your last chance to send in pages, or you're going to have to pay back your advance and also be fired.
Oh, God.
So that's great news for him. Then he hops into Pops. Ha! And because
Pops to pop.
because Tabitha's too pure for this world, she's like, no, let me apologize to you for not sitting there watching you be the world's most annoying high person. I said that I would watch you and I didn't, so that's on me.
Wow.
And Jughead, to his credit, does then, he's like, you don't have to worry about that. I am sorry for fundamentally who I am as a person and everything I've ever said or done.
Wow.
Jughead.
Yep. He then gets to the real meat of this conversation, which is, did I write anything while I was down there?
Holy shit.
And Tabitha just bodies Betty underneath a bus.
Hell yeah.
The bus that Tabitha's driving here makes the war rig horn sound, which is like one of the best things that happened in sound design and film in the last 20 years is the war rig horn. It's so good.
Jesus.
It's so good. You feel it in your bones.
Yeah.
Tabitha's admittedly like, you did, and then Betty gave them to Jessica. Girl, you could say we. You could just say Jessica has them.
Nope, it's all Betty.
It's all Betty all the time, actually. Oops.
I didn't want to give them to Jessica, but Betty did it. So,
Oof.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Tabitha then goes on to say, like, your sobriety is what's most important, so maybe don't go talk to your drug-dealing ex.
Yep.
And...
Wow, Jim. Wow, dude.
It's a little quiet, probably, but I found it.
I don't think it's going to read right, but you know what? Your heart's in the right place.
It's probably not.
Wow.
So yeah, Tabitha's like, maybe don't go see your drug-dealing ex, and just ask your publisher for an extension. Jughead's like, yeah, they're not. I'm out of those.
Yeah, they're not into that.
They're not. That's no longer an option for me because of, again, fundamentally who I am as a person and everything I've ever done.
Yeah. Good God.
Then what's next? So he's like, well, I guess I have to go write something new, or I'm not a writer and I never was. Well, pal,
wow,
you should
dude,
just get a milkshake and throw in the towel because
he's so close to being
he's
right
almost
here.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
We've been working on this story for 4 seasons, and he just tweeted it out.
Yeah, holy
He
shit.
just tweeted it out.
I'm not a writer,
since
and I
Cheryl
never
and
was.
Kevin can't dress up and do musical numbers, they're now dressing up in church to do magic. And so
Good God.
they use like a $5 Target magic set
No.
to turn water into syrup.
No
I
fucking
feel like
way they're turning water into syrup.
the costume department for this series of scenes really went for it.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like the direction from whoever came up with this idea to the costume department was like, hey, guys, imagine if Liberace was gay. Go. That was and the costume department kind of looked at them quizzically. Like, okay, sure.
But they did nail it, though.
But they fucking nailed it.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Penelope obviously not impressed by their 5-cent chicanery, okay? But whatever.
Yeah, it's the fucking worst magic trick.
God damn it.
But,
Archie goes and tells the bad general he's bad, and end of scene. Whatever.
Whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, very
Whatever.
much correct.
Then he goes home, and Jackson's like, "You're gonna upset a lot of people who don't want to think about their how their families died." Ta-da. Okay, Jughead, I think, lives in the bunker now, by the way. I think he has moved out of Archie's house for bachelor pads who are good and fine and cool and good.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he
definitely spends this whole episode in the bunker.
Yeah, I think he just lives in the bunker now. I mean, maybe he does live in Archie's garage. I don't know. As far as I knew, that house had 2 bedrooms. So, and there's 3 men living there. No shade, but what's going on?
He does have that whole furnished garage where
well, that's what I'm saying. So there's
Fred's
3
band
guys.
used to
As far as I know,
rehearse.
there's like 3 spaces for privacy.
Okay.
And so I think the house is full, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
I see.
I don't know where Jughead would go. I think he lives in the bunker now.
Maybe he just
I mean,
spends
He doesn't
lots
have running water.
Yeah.
But
Even-
whatever.
Even if Jughead was still living at Archie's, I think we can agree that Archie is living in his teenage bedroom, Daddy Uncle Frank has like Fred's, main suite bedroom.
He has the dad. Yeah, he has the dad room.
And Jughead has the furnished garage, which makes Archie's the worst room of the three, and him the person who owns the house.
Yeah, what?
Wait! But you're forgetting Jackson.
Jackson does also live in Archie's halfway house for men who are doing fine and well and good.
Yeah. And you know who's not in this episode is Bingo the dog, named after Bingo the man.
No, there is a shot of Bingo the dog.
Okay.
Archie.
Bingo the dog, named after Bingo the man, named after Bingo the dog.
He stands up angry when the first time Jackson is like, "Oh, I don't want to fight evil general," and Archie gets up mad and like leaves the room, and the dog goes after him.
Damn.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jughead's in the bunker where I think he lives now. He has that girl's novel from the start of the season and a bottle of whiskey. So, way to make healthy choices, Jughead. You never let us down.
Wow, dude.
Oh yeah, the writer groupie who bones him to get access to his agent.
Yep.
Jesus. Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that.
The rest of this plot is like a series of vignettes where Archie goes to the families of deceased service members who were in his group and is like, "Can I fight for you?"
God damn it.
You didn't want to say unit.
No.
The only unit we're discussing in this episode is Reggie's.
Yeah. Anyway, the first answer he gets is like, "You killed my son." Cool.
My boy.
Now it's time for the palladium doubloons auction.
Okay. All right.
Hiram comes in right as this thing is about to start because
Hiram
of his lust for palladium.
Horny for palladium.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
so horny for palladium.
He's got a big old palladium boner.
He also is not a guy who like checks on his unsecured palladium on the reg because he does not know that this is his palladium.
Oh my god, are they gonna make him buy his palladium?
They kind of should.
They refuse to,
but
because
she refuses.
yeah, I think that would have been great. But Veronica ignores his bids.
What the fuck?
And she sells the palladium to somebody else. It would have been so fucking funny to sell it back to him.
Yes.
Veronica's also really bad at running an auction because, like, Hiram just keeps bidding everybody up. And finally she decides that $300,000 is enough and doesn't want Hiram to keep bidding them up and just goes with that other guy's lower bid despite Hiram trying to raise the bid.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, like, even if you don't want to give it to Hiram, use him to keep making other people go higher. Like, she could have gotten so much more for this palladium.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. After the auction, Hiram does say to Veronica, it would have been petty of her to have ignored his bids. And she takes a deep breath and is like, in fact, that's exactly what I did. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye. That's what I did. Later days.
Yeah. So people warming up to calling Hiram a little bitch is starting to happen. I hope this Josie energy continues to carry on.
God, that was the most important thing that happened last week was that Josie
it really
called Hiram a little bitch in his little bitch jammies. Fuck.
So
maybe the best thing that's happened in the show so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh.
In 5 years of this show.
Mm-hmm.
We got another scene where Archie's at a dead guy's house to talk to his family. You should just know that the dead guy's behind his relative and to the left.
Like how it's
Like how men stand in Riverdale.
Exactly.
It's time for Cheryl's Miracles. Cheryl's the railway cat.
I was also on Jellicle there with
God
you.
damn it.
So, congratulations, cats. You fucked us again.
Yep. So I don't recall Jason Blossom having wounds in the palm of his hands. Do either of you recall that?
No.
He got shot in the head.
It's a dumb Jesus.
Well, he put both of his hands in front of his head when he got shot, and then
I guess so. But like the stigmata is a known thing, and the wounds in the palm are Jesus things. But they say that Cheryl's mimicking the holy wounds of Jason, but those are not It doesn't matter. I don't know why.
At least her bullshit stigmata could have, like, dripped tree sap instead of blood, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's miracle number 2.
Okay.
That she has fake blood coming out of fake wounds.
Archie goes to another dead guy's house, whatever. Cheryl and Kevin.
My notes here about the Cheryl plot are like your notes about the Archie plot. I totally forgot it was stigmata. I just wrote Kevin and Cheryl do some more garbage. that was it. That was my whole note.
This show does a great job of like showing you that this is cheap magic.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, which great.
Yeah, like they got it from the kids section at CVS.
Yeah.
And they printed out a 3-foot-long receipt about it.
However, Kevin is loving this. He is loving it. Because the next scene is Cheryl and Kevin are in Cheryl's room, and Cheryl's like, us just doing these miracles is simply exhausting. And Kevin comes in just wired on showmanship. And he's like, hey, here's a list of potential third miracles. I have a strong preference for the staff and snake trick. But Cheryl wants to do things with bees. Because Nana Rose was an avid beekeeper who taught Cheryl everything she knew.
What the fuck? How are we just figuring out?
She says to Kevin that Nana Rose taught her all of her apian secrets.
Yes, she does. Oh, it's so good.
Apian? Good fucking God, dude.
I really liked that line.
It's amazing. It sounds like a line that should have been in Jupiter Ascending. You know, the best movie that humanity
all I
has
could
ever
think of
produced.
this entire time was that bees recognize royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then it's Cheryl the Spider / Bee Queen.
I also wrote that she is now the bee queen. Not the queen bee, mind you, but the bee queen.
We are coming up. I'm so proud of us, Jim. Matthew, I know at some point you like Googled something and saw that clip of Cheryl with like fistfuls of honeycombs screaming, "I'm the queen bee."
Yeah.
That happens in this episode.
Oh my God, that's the holy
We're coming
shit.
up to it. I was so excited when I saw it. Bad Chatty calls Veronica to say that her auction looked desperate, and is she sure she doesn't need money from him to invest in his new business, Copter Cab. Then he makes her guess what Copter Cab is.
I can guess what Copter Cab is.
Yeah.
It's a
helicopter
it's
you can book like a cab.
It's Uber for rich people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hiram has invested in Copter Cab.
Of course.
Veronica says she made enough money at her auction to pay people off, so she's actually going to divorce her bad chatty. And he's like, but there's a cool Copter Cab launch party, and your bad daddy's coming, and you should come. And she's like, okay, great, I'll be there.
It's going to be in a ballroom-sized helicopter floating above the city. That's the
note
launch
that I wrote
party.
was Helicoober.
Helicoober.
That's better.
More like Heligoober.
Helicoober.
You know what's a goddamn shame is Lyft would be a perfect name for this.
Fuck!
God damn it.
But spelled correctly, not with a Y.
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah. It's Lyft, but the I is a propeller beam.
Oh, God damn it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I'm a marketing genius. Somebody pay me.
Please pay my mom. She is a genius.
For my bad ideas.
Yes.
She could sell your bullshit app that exists solely to extract venture capital into your pockets before it goes under.
Reg has been in the room while Veronica's having this conversation, so he's like, why the hell are you going to this party? And Veronica says it's time to play offense instead of defense. And while she goes to absolutely wreck her bad chatty, maybe she can also kick her bad daddy in the teeth along the way. So good for her.
Opportunity to kick bad daddy in the teeth is okay with me.
Yep.
Should be taken.
Bad Chatty does mention at some point in here that he's a silent partner in Helicoober.
Heligoober, right.
Let's keep calling it that.
And my note that I wrote was, well, yeah, he crashed a fucking helicopter to murder Veronica. Like, of course he doesn't want anyone to know that he's in this on the board of this helicopter company.
Yeah.
Duh.
No shit, dude.
My God. Jughead's read that girl's manuscript and drunk a half a bottle of booze, so his recovery is going about as well as his dad's did.
Damn.
Damn
it.
He's upset because it's a good book, because somebody else has written a good book.
Yeah.
And then he calls his agent and says, okay, I do have the book to send you. It's actually not the book I was telling you about. I just suddenly wrote this novel about a young woman making her way through the world.
What's amazing
my fucking God. Jughead is the biggest dick ever.
Jughead sucks, yes, but the amazing thing here is that the writers of the show have decided that Cora Carter also is not a good author and has basically done the same thing as Jughead, which is write her own life story and change the names. And,
God.
like,
yep.
It's amazing.
Ta-da! You gotta write what you know when you start out. That's always the advice.
Yeah, God damn it.
So then he tears the cover page off that has the actual author's name on it, and then he has another drink. Let's rage. Ain't no party like a bunker party, because a bunker party's just sad Jughead getting drunk alone.
Hey-oh!
Said that so fast.
Preach!
That's how you gotta say it. We have Betty cleaning up after playing a hooker on the lonely highway. She gets a text from Jughead who wants to meet up. She's feeling sad to do
you
it.
up?
You up?
You up?
God, of course Jughead would send drunk. You up?
It doesn't
text.
actually say you up, but that is the content, essentially.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It says WYD.
IDK, my BFF Jill.
Yeah. Archie's gonna have a tribunal. Jackson and Daddy Uncle Frank say they want no part of it. Okay, end of that scene. It's time for the third miracle.
Oh my God.
I will say this for Cheryl. She is playing it up because when she is in church, she does have bandages on her fake stigmata wounds.
All right. Okay. All right.
Look at that detail I remembered.
Wow.
Yeah. And she has a fish tank full of bees.
I
and honeycomb.
can't imagine where she got that.
Honeycomb. Me want honeycomb.
So she's got this fish tank of honeycomb and bees, and she puts her hands in and she isn't being stung, because bees are actually pretty chill, and stinging you does kill them. So
yeah.
It is an attack of last resort.
It's because they
Penelope
recognize
can't
royalty.
take it anymore.
Yeah, they recognize royalty.
They recognize royalty. Penelope can't take this anymore. She's like, this is a sham. This is a fraud. Kevin has had it with Penelope, and he calls her a whoremonger.
Oh my God.
Just in front of Sap, Jesus, and everybody,
Sap,
Goes
Jesus,
right
and
for the monger.
everyone, man.
Yep, right for the monger. And says that who are you going to believe? This old whoremonger or Cheryl, who shared a womb with Jason?
Good God. And
it is now that Cheryl pulls 2 handfuls of honeycomb out of the aquarium.
Oh no.
And
then
she puts her 2 bee and honey-coated fists up. And she screams at her mom to get out, for she is the queen of bees.
The queen of bees?
Yep.
Holy shit. So they're making a switch
amazing.
to being beekeepers and not doing maple syrup anymore. Is this the
I think any sort of viscous
natural sweetener?
sugar.
Sugary substance.
Yeah. If they lived in the Midwest, it would be corn syrup.
Yeah.
It's just, what do you got that is like blood, thicker than water, but also
Sticky
fixes
and
my
sweet.
sugar craving? Yeah.
But also, it's a little bit of a pick-me-up in the morning,
Some
Yeah.
molasses, maybe?
Ooh. Molasses Jesus.
It's time for Archie to go to the tribunal. Jackson decided he is going to come along because who doesn't want a chance to dress up?
Exactly.
Yeah, who doesn't want to wear their World War II dress uniforms?
Exactly.
I love a full suit of itchy wool. Honestly, I live for it.
Especially in the summer, springtime, or whenever it is.
Ooh, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for the Helicooper launch party.
Oh, and again, those wool uniforms, 1940s. Most homes in the 1940s were not heated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wear nice wool clothes to stay warm in the winter.
Okay, the launch party, by the way, it's Bad Chatty, Hiram, and 3 guys in suits. What a rager.
Dude, I'm jealous I didn't get to go to this party.
Veronica shows up in like
a
Jackie O suit, okay? She doesn't have the hat, but it's like a light pink. My husband's about to get biffed in the head from the grassy knoll outfit.
Oh, man.
God, historical biffs.
Only it's going to be her that's doing the
JFK.
biffing.
Yeah.
Top of the
And
list.
then a group of ladies.
What is happening right now?
Oh, I'll have to send you the video. It's amazing.
All right.
It's Brad Neely.
Veronica's also brought a group of ladies dressed as 1950s stewardesses in darker pink. And she says, she like shits on her Bad Chatty immediately. She's like, if you're going to do business like a big boy, you got to party like a big boy. Isn't that right, daddy? This is gross. She says that to Hiram. She directs it to Hiram, but like the conversation is gross. It's so gross.
That sucks.
And one of the stewardess girls has a briefcase full of pixie sticks. Do you remember Jingle Jangle?
Yeah, baby.
They're straight jangling up in this place.
And then because she said like some really mean and insane sentences, she cuts them all off by saying that copter cab is a brilliant business idea. Let's drink. And it's not like they're going to argue with that. She just told them they were right.
Yeah. Jesus.
Betty has gone to meet Jughead in the bunker. Jughead's, of course, still drinking.
Oh my God. How is he keeping this up?
He's like, Tabitha told me you're like trying to get killed on the lonely highway. And she's like, yeah, I'm dressing like Polly and I'm trying to catch the killer. Jughead's all, is that safe? And Betty's just like, no.
No. Of course
Next
not.
question.
Next.
Does it sound safe to you?
Yeah. Are you sure?
No. Yeah. He then
Betty's like,
apologized
no,
for...
but I sure tortured a guy to death earlier this season.
Yeah. Well, she didn't say whom it wasn't safe for.
Yeah.
That is very true.
It's not safe for an innocent guy that she tied to a tree and left to die in the woods.
Call
it's
an
not
ambulance.
safe for a Teamster.
It's not.
But
it's not
fine
safe
for me.
for some guy she tortured to death.
Yeah.
Call
But I'm
an
doing all
ambulance,
right.
but not for me.
Jughead apologizes for that
so
voicemail
Jesus.
and admits that he doesn't remember what all he said. And Betty's like, I've been over it.
Yeah.
He does not admit that he also was not at the party. He leaves that out.
Okay.
Jerk.
Fucking dickhead.
Betty's like, I don't give a shit about you or your voicemails anymore, Jughead. Why are you apologizing to me now?
Yeah.
And he says it's one of his steps and takes a sip of whiskey.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
No notes. Because Betty's all up on her own stuff and also is well over Jughead's bullshit, she's like, well, I don't want to talk about your stuff. I want to talk about my stuff.
I'm a little fuzzy on the 12-step program. Is one of the steps making the person you're apologizing to feel guilty about the fact that you're apologizing to them?
Wow.
That's a sub-step. It's like
Okay.
step 4A,
Okay.
you know?
No.
Good Lord.
So Betty now goes on about her own problems. She can't stop hunting for this trucker, but she should be helping her mom with the twins. And she couldn't even be normal at Yale. And Jughead's like, well, I mean, like, your high school career was very weird. You solved, like, 8 mysteries in high school. Which, you know what? Fair point.
Yeah.
There, foresight. Betty goes on to say she's more comfortable studying serial killers than socializing with normal people. And it turns out she wasn't at Jughead's party because she got tapped to be on the TBK task force.
Remember the trash bag killer?
Oh my god.
The writers just did. They've got like an episode and a half left to work with,
Yeah.
and they just remembered this.
All
guy.
the writers were
They
asleep,
just remembered.
and they all collectively went,
Yeah.
Oh,
Trash bag killer.
fuck.
God.
Got to resolve
but
that
Betty
before
does-
next season.
Yeah, still doesn't share that she was captured by the trash bag killer.
All right.
She just says that she's consumed with the trash bag killer and the trucker killer, and Jughead's like, you should take a break.
Yeah.
Betty's like, cool advice, thanks so much for that.
That's nuts.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll just do that.
Cool,
I'll just stop.
dude. For sure.
Yeah, how's just stopping going for you there, champ? But Jughead can't finish the conversation because he has to answer his phone. It's his agent. He loved that book that Jughead sent in. At this point, bless him, Jughead does do the right thing. And he says he didn't write it. A grad student named Cora wrote it. He understandably gets fired as a client, but he does say he'll send the actual author's info over
Yeah.
to Sam. Which, you know what? I don't like Jughead, but solid.
But solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam does not mention paying back the advance.
No, we're
but
never
I-
going to talk about that again.
No.
Yeah.
What advance?
that's
There's
just
no
gonna-
advance.
Boop. Gone.
Yeah. When Jughead turns back around, Betty has left.
Like you do.
She's got a
Like you
lonely
do.
highway to go
Yeah.
die on.
Yeah.
Or murder on.
At the Helicooper party, Veronica is
God damn
just
it.
lying to her bad chatty. She's just like, you're so smart. You're so good at business. Everybody likes you.
Wow.
Everybody wants to sleep with you. You're just amazing.
Oh.
Your
my-
dick is bigger than Reg's.
Yeah. You're the best.
You've definitely
I ever
satisfied me
had.
in bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I never once faked it. But then one of the guys partying comes in and says that his boysenberry is blowing up.
Ay,
And-
mama. Hold on. Absolutely not. I'm
Yeah, no,
sorry.
you heard that right.
I'm sorry. Absolutely not. We're not going to let boysenberry just slide. What the fuck is that shit? No way, man. Just say it's a
It's-
raspberry
right?
and move on. Don't make it a whole fucking
It's-
Well,
thing.
raspberry is a whole different thing.
Oh, it is a raspberry
Yeah, raspberry
pie.
pie is a whole other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An
Doesn't
elderberry, that doesn't
A
work.
tactile
Fuck,
keyboard,
is
so.
boysenberry the only good one?
Yeah, I think they were stuck.
Oh. God damn it, I hate it. I don't like it at all. Anyway, okay. I had to get all the rage
Yep.
out of my system.
No, it's understandable because I couldn't believe.
Oh, there's
That they
there's
did
one
this.
more that happens in this same sequence.
I don't think I can handle it. I think my heart might give out.
Oh right, his boysenberry is blowing up. There's something wrong with the copter cab stock. The Wall Beat Journal just posted a story that the bad chatty crashed a copter and paid to cover it up.
Oh no! I wonder who did that. I wonder who broke that story. That's so crazy.
Hmm.
Who?
Yeah, weird.
Who could have done that?
Who could it
That's
be?
Who could have been in the helicopter with him when he crashed it on
So
purpose to
crazy.
murder her?
that this would happen. You know?
He's such a bad helicopter pilot. He can't even murder his passenger.
Yeah,
with a helicopter.
dude. Which maybe he's that good. Like maybe it comes back around. It comes full circle. He's actually really good at crashing
He's
helicopters.
so bad at crashing helicopters. He's actually good at it.
Yeah, because nobody died. He's bad at being bad. That's a double negative. Anyway.
He's bad at being bad. And then the guy says, like, listen, Chad, if you crashed a copter, you can't sit with us.
Yeah, you actually can't go here anymore.
Can't sit with
Yeah.
us.
Chad wore sweatpants twice this week, okay? Veronica, at this point, turns off the fake charm and just eats Chad alive. She's like, you're scum, you're a worthless, pathetic worm who can't land anything. Let it be a deal or a helicopter.
Wow, dude.
You'll never be an alpha.
Okay, that's too far, actually, I think. Whoa.
Yeah. She's you'll never be an alpha.
Ew, dude.
Then she tells her bad daddy to check his Sodale model.
Why would she just give it? Oh no, she already sold it. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
She sold it to Mr. Sand.
Mr. Sand.
Oh, God. I guess, yeah, there is something in there where she's like, haha, daddy, you lost money. And he's like, are you kidding me? I, barely invested in this idiotic idea. Mostly, I gave the money to annoy you. And she's like, well, fuck you. I stole your palladium. So
damn,
fair.
just blowing this shit wide open, too.
Yep. Jughead is back at work at Pops, and Tabitha's like, I'm glad that you're working. He's like, but I'm worried about Betty.
Well,
but Tabitha's more worried about the fact that Jughead smelled like booze when he came in.
Yep.
Man, Tabitha just only has bad judgment. It's very sad.
I know.
Yeah, it's real not good.
So Tabitha says that she will take care of Betty and Jughead will take care of Jughead.
Yeah.
Jughead then asks a super reasonable question, which is, why are you so nice to me?
Yeah.
That is a very, very reasonable question.
That's a very reasonable question. What a good question to ask.
Yeah. Makes no sense to anybody, including Jughead.
Yeah, nobody understands it. Tabitha's like, well, it's because I'm your friend. Please keep going to your meetings. Fine. Fine.
All right.
Hiram goes to his office. He finds that his palladium is missing. Apparently, it's been replaced with, spray painted
rocks.
Car putty. I don't know.
It's been replaced with crushed up
No, it's
tinfoil.
chalky, lumps of, spackle or something.
Oh, I see.
Chalky Lumps of Spackle is the name of my something cover band. I don't know.
The Carpenters.
I don't have a good answer.
It's the Carpenters.
The Carpenters?
The Carpenters cover band. I don't know.
Archie won the tribunal. Great, we're done with that fucking thing.
All right.
That's it. That's all we see about this, a few good men military legal court battle.
In no
Archie
way
gets a phone
indicates
call.
how actually long and hard a tribunal is.
Yeah, it all happens very quickly.
That's wild.
There's
the
no
wildest shit ever. They could have done a whole
investigation.
Fucking, a whole other.
They could have done a whole movie, A Few Good Men.
Yeah, they could have done a whole movie, but that's already been done. It's
Or again, Daddy Uncle Frank taking down the International Mercenary Company. It could have been an entire season of a different and better show.
But instead, they made an email.
It happens off camera.
They made this whole thing
episode.
a fucking email when it could have been so much more.
Yeah, a fist fight.
It could have been a fist fight. Whatever.
So, Betty gets home to find Alice asleep on the couch with a bunch of kids' toys around her. There's a knock on the door, and it's Tabitha, who has come to say that what Betty is doing is dangerous, so she's coming along. So they go to get whored up before they go out and walk the lonely highway. Oh boy. All right, we got one more scene with Ghost Bingo.
We're almost there.
And the Bingo's brigade of ghost boys.
Oh, I totally forgot about this. I blocked it out. It was so dumb, and I hated it.
They're in the White Worm, Daddy, Uncle Frank, and Jackson, and Archie, and they're like, you should be proud. Here's to our fallen band of brothers, their service and their sacrifice. And now the Ghost Bingo Brigade is now in civilian clothes and doesn't have wounds. They've been in bloody army stuff this whole time.
Oh, fun. Oh, okay. The vision changes because he's grown or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Yes, he's laid their
healed.
ghosts to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this next scene is amazing. I hope we're getting back to this energy in Riverdale.
I did
because
I saw something on the internet this week that Bingo's band of brothers made me think of, where it was you should always dress like something because that's going to be your ghost outfit for for eternity. And it made me think of the Bingo Boys and how they get a different ghost outfit because of Archie's work. And it's oh, good for them.
Wow.
Good for them. They did a different ghost outfit.
Good for them.
Yeah.
They did it.
Oh my god.
So in this next scene, Kevin and Cheryl are like laying on their stomachs, facing each other with their their elbows are propped on the floor and their hands are on their hands are propping up their chin. They're in front of on a fur rug in front of a fireplace.
Dude, what?
And Kevin wants to know how Cheryl managed the bees. And Kevin's honest to God guess is a bug repelling ointment smeared on her whole body.
Ah!
Oh, at some point in this episode, Kevin also mentions that he's allergic to bees.
What the fuck?
And Cheryl's like, you know what? Fuck you. Bees. and Kevin's like, okay,
all right,
cool. I guess we'll risk my life.
Sure. Love doing that.
Yeah. But Cheryl says there was no ointment. And strongly implies that she is magic now, basically, and thinks that she might be the first ever living saint.
Oh my fucking God. The whole thing with the saints is that they die.
Kevin's face is just a poster board saying, I have made some errors. I goofed it, and I have to live with this now.
Yeah, they're super leaning into having a witch on the show next season by predicting voodoo on the Pussycats show that doesn't exist, and they just know that they're getting Sabrina for next season. They're like, everyone in this show is going to be a witch all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Magic is real across the entire Archieverse, and it's happening right now.
Hell and the devil are real. It's how it goes.
Canonically.
Plus magic.
They just are.
All of it's real.
Yeah. The last scene is Jughead back at AA. He's owning up to drinking. And he's worried about Tabitha and Betty, who are on the old lonely highway. And he says he has a bad feeling about what happens next. God, I hope it's aliens. I hope it's cave Mothmen from outer space. I can't wait.
Please.
I'm tired of alcoholism. I'm tired of war. Okay? I want the insanity of Riverdale back.
Wow.
I'm ready. Bring it.
Fucking
Tired of Ponzi schemes. I want
Yeah.
Mothmans.
Tired of Ponzi schemes. Tired of... you know what? I'm not really tired of Palladium, because where else are you going to talk about doubloons?
Exactly. God. I need more doubloons talk for sure.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And so that's it. Riverdale.
That's
We did
it?
it.
Oh my God, if we didn't talk about Band of Brothers for 25 minutes, it would have been the shortest episode we'd ever done.
Well, that's because I canonically absolutely refuse to talk about one of the main
Yeah, well,
plots in this
you know what?
episode.
That's fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
And you're correct.
Would have been faster, but I just didn't want to.
And you're so
Man.
fucking correct.
The episode didn't even want to. It's called Band of Brothers, and everything that has to do with the war happens off camera.
I have it's off camera.
I don't know how the
It's just
fuck.
Archie being followed around by a ghost band of brothers.
God damn it.
It's man, it's bad.
It's just like, how do they fuck up that bad?
They're just not good at
Oh my
things.
God, man. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Shit, dog. Highlights from this episode. Reg.
Tasting notes include.
Tasting notes include.
I'm glad you read my post.
Tasting notes include Reg B fucking.
That's his name.
Reg B.
Reginald B. Fuck
My
Reginald.
name is
B
Reginald
fucking.
B fucking. Reg B fucking. Jughead B relapsing. Betty B. Fake horn. And Archie B. Haunted brain. Archie B. Band of Brothering. And then.
Man, there's a lot of B's.
Oh, and Cheryl B being, you know, she's being.
Cheryl B. Bean. Yep. She's magic now.
She's magic now. She's magic B. Man.
She's gonna find out that she's like a genetic recurrence of an alien queen, and that's why bees. don't
Oh,
sting her.
wait, the Mothmen aren't Mothmen, they're Beemen.
Everybody, go watch Jupiter Ascending. It's just such a
For-
good time.
For fucking real, if you've been listening to us for 100 episodes and have not yet watched
if you
Jupiter Ascending, you need to just bite the bullet.
You know that when Jim and I agree, the thing is really good.
Mm-hmm.
We agree.
Yeah. And when I
Jupiter
disagree,
Ascending
it's even
is an
more
amazing
good.
movie.
You know?
I think it's still on Netflix. Is it still on Netflix? Is it off of Netflix?
Oh,
now?
it's got to
I
be
don't
off.
know.
It's got to be.
always playing in my heart.
I'm gonna check.
I mean, I was also. It is just on YouTube. If you pay for Red,
it's not on Netflix.
it's just on YouTube. Oopsie daisy.
Let Uncle Jeff's garage sale take a week to send you a few items several times, and he'll give you enough credit that you can just buy it on Amazon.
That's so true. You can hear Eddie Redmayne go, "I create life."
He's so insane.
Amazing.
It's just, oh man. Also, Channing Tatum has a gun that barks. That's pretty sick.
It barks. He's a dog man.
He's a dog
and his
man.
gun makes
And
barking
his
noises.
fucking gun barks, dog.
Oh, Sean Bean is a bee man, and his daughter gets the bug. Oh, something just happened with your microphone, bud.
Oh, your microphone.
You're in a tin can.
Matthew is coming to us from
Anyway,
an old
while
timey
Matthew
radio
fixes
show.
that, we have to stop. I know. You
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
you're back.
All right.
Well-
all right. I'm back. I'm
Okay,
back.
great.
I got too mad
Because I
about
have
Jupiter
two
Ascending.
more really important things to say.
Yes.
One is
And
that
I have
in
one
the
as
middle,
well.
for literally no reason, they go to Space Diagon Alley
Ah.
and fight with bureaucracy for 10 minutes for like no reason.
Oh, it's so good.
It's phenomenal.
It's so good.
And also, it famously, the Mila Kunis plays the main character, and she's like, "You can call me Jupe. All of my friends do." And then literally, no one does. Through
Not
the
one person
entire
ever calls her
film. It is the sickest self-burn I have ever been a
God.
party to.
It's just the best part about this whole thing. It was supposed to be a like trilogy. It was supposed to be like a Star Wars type thing.
God, make more, please.
How do we do a Jupiter Ascending fundraiser type thing?
I give the Wachowski siblings all of your money.
Yep.
And let them make the movies they wish to make.
It's just, come on.
Just
just
do
it.
it.
It's so easy, man. God damn it.
Also new this week on Netflix is Godzilla -1.
Oh, it's very good.
I've heard great
which,
things about that.
If you have not seen it, you should really take the 90 minutes or whatever to watch it. It is an incredible movie. They made it for under $15 million. It's fucking bonkers how good it is for how low that budget is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's very good.
So anyway, we're done talking about Jupiter Ascending.
Are we?
I think so.
For now.
Yeah. I did just send a really upsetting picture of Eddie Redmayne from this movie in the group chat.
Can we talk about... Listen, can we talk about Eddie Redmayne being in Cabaret right now?
Is he in Cabaret?
He's in Cabaret, and if you watch any of the ads or anything like about him in it, okay, if you see any clips of how he is in it, Cabaret, famously, Alan Cumming, super sexy in Cabaret, just like oozed sexiness. And Alan Cumming is like not a like kind of like movie attractive guy.
Sure.
But in Cabaret, he did it. He did that role perfectly. And like Joel Grey was one of the originators of it, and he was like a little smarmy, sexy guy.
Damn.
The way that Eddie Redmayne is in Cabaret is like if Geppetto were into some stuff.
Oh no.
You know, and carved a puppet that was just like a nasty little freak, and that puppet got made into a real boy. That's Eddie Redmayne in this iteration of Cabaret. It's so disturbing to me.
Wow.
I hate it, is what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Are you watching some now?
I'm just looking at pictures, and it's...
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wait. Whoa. Why? Oh, God. It's like... Oh, my God. No. What the fuck?
No, it's not good. I won't be going to see it.
I shan't.
Oh my god.
I shan't.
I got ads for this fucking thing, and I was like, who the fuck is this creature?
Well, because
in this
they
little
gutted
hat?
and redid an entire theater to make the Kit Kat Club. I know this isn't technically a musical theater podcast, but y'all, I'm here, so
oops,
what are you going to do about it?
It is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come along for this ride.
Yep. Okay, I have one more
All right.
thing before we wrap up. Matt, listen, mad props to the 10 people who have rated our podcast on iTunes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
And matter props to the one person who left a review. Because for over a year now, every time I have opened iTunes to like get the link to share on social media that we have an episode out, I read a review from somebody whose username is Titties for Life. It's a 3-star review, and it says, "It's okay, not terrible."
Oh!
And you know what? Honestly,
Oh my god.
Shout out to Titties.
shout out to Titties for Life for keeping it real.
For keeping us
I mean,
humble.
that's-
you know, this is
That's how I live my life. Is it's okay, not great.
It's okay,
okay,
not
not
great.
great.
Said titty lovers.
I see this
Titties for life.
a minimum of 2 times a month, okay?
Ah.
And every time I'm like,
Hell yeah.
I think that's right.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my flesh. That's
3 stars.
Titties for life.
Titties for life, 3 stars. It's okay, but not great.
It's okay, not
Not
terrible.
terrible. Sorry.
is for life like LYFE or is it spelled right?
No, it is the number 4 though.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Very good.
That's the funniest shit I've ever heard.
I know,
I'm-
it's so, it
Oh
cracks me
my
up
god.
every time.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh.
So Titties for Life, if you're still listening to this podcast,
Titties for life.
um,
Hit us up.
we
Throw
hope
it in
we've maintained the level of podcasting you've come to expect from us.
God, it's just wow, man. I hope we never get more famous than this. One review.
Okay, I'm done
God.
talking now. I've covered everything I feel like was important to say.
Yeah, holy shit.
I have just learned that one of the inspirations for Jupiter Ascending is the Wizard of Oz.
Absolutely not.
And that Channing Tatum's character is supposed to remind us of Toto,
Ah!
Yes.
who famously wants to fuck. Toto definitely wants to fuck Dorothy.
Oh my
like,
god,
that's,
dude.
That's what you should take away from this.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for listening this week, everybody. We're on the internet sometimes, but email us, really. We're at Riverdale Runs on Twitter and Blue Sky, and Riverdale_runs on Instagram. And our email is ARRTIPOD@gmail.com. That's our initials. If you're Titties for Life, please email us right now. And let's see. Our intro and outro song is Smooth Passenger by White Bones. Go check them out if you like jazz. That's, I think, it. Oh my god, my brain is mush. Have a great week. Find joy where you can. You know, just stick your hand in a box of bees, and don't fuck by a band of brothers.
Just do it slowly.
Yeah.
Don't go fast.
Don't go-
If you take your time,
No sudden movement.
you're gonna be fine.
But yeah, and don't fuck by a band of brothers. Goodbye.
All of that is also Reg's tips.
Goodbye.
How to good.
Wow.
God
Wow.
damn it, dude.